Alright guys, welcome back. This video is going to be going over all of the daily profiles that I use and really explaining what they look like and the best way to spot them and actually apply them to your strategy. So the first one that I want to take a look at is called the London reversal. So basically this is a pretty standard open, low, high close where we open during London session, we manipulate down, and then we reverse already during London session. And then once New York comes along, we continue. Or bearish scenario, we open, manipulate, and continue lower. Now, what we often will do is we are manipulating into that previous day's candle body with this profile. So this is the previous day's candle. As you can see, what usually happens is let me get back here, we open, and then this is where we're pushing into the previous day's candle body, and vice versa with this. Let's jump onto the charts and see an example of this daily profile. All right, so as we can see here, this is a bullish example of the London reversal. So here, marking out, we have our Asia session right here, pretty much just consolidating. But when London session opens, we chop around and then push lower, making that wick, and then we reverse the rest of the session. And then once New York opens, we're going to continue in this direction. So when you have a London reversal, that means you're likely going to trade New York in the same direction. So that's how you can apply that to your strategy. You see, boom, London reversal, London made low of day, it's pushing up. New York, you're going to take buys. So bullish 10 a.m. PO3 is what you'll trade there. Let's look at a bearish example. Okay, so here is our bearish example. As you can see, okay, so here is our bearish example. So this is where London session starts right here. As you can see, this is Asia session. London session opens, accumulate, push up, creating that top wick, and we reverse. London is reversing. Now, by the time New York opens, New York is going to continue in that same direction. So when playing a London reversal, if London reverses to the downside, you're going to play sells during New York session. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next daily profile. So our next daily profile is going to be a New York reversal. You'll often see a bit of a stronger bottom / top wick put in here. Now, basically what the New York session reversal is the London lows being put in, and then New York goes and takes out the London lows and reverses. So once that London liquidity is put in, price generally wants lower into some sort of PD array, usually a 4-hour fair value gap, a daily fair value gap, a weekly fair value gap, whatever that PD array is, price wants lower than the low that London put in before it wants to actually reverse. So we'll take a look at an example of these for bullish and bearish, and then also an example of what a high probability one, which is going to be when Asia ranges and London ranges within that Asia range, when New York sweeps out both of those and then reverses. That is a very high probability New York reversal. So let's take a look at some examples. So here is a bullish scenario of the New York reversal. As you can see, that stronger wick has been put in. But anyways, we have our London session range here. What happens when New York opens? We push down and we're able to take out those London session lows and then eventually get a change in state of delivery back to the upside. So basically, you're going to see a change in state of delivery much earlier than that and actually be able to catch the 10 a.m. power of 3 right here. But most importantly, New York takes out London lows and you see a reversal signal. Now, what makes this an even stronger New York reversal is Asia and London session are generally in that pretty much same exact range. Now, London did barely take out those Asia lows, but it's still both accumulating. Then you see New York come down, boom, reverse. So this is a strong bullish New York reversal profile. Let's take a look at a bearish example. So as you can see right here, we have our London session range right here. These are our London highs and our London lows. We are bearish in this example from higher time frame PD arrays, which we have a higher time frame PD array up here, and we also have these highs to be swept out. So when we do that, we sweep out a high time frame PD array and also tap into high time frame order block. Then we see a movement to the downside. So London session, you see New York opens, comes up, takes out those London highs, taps into a high time frame PD array, and you see a confirmation to the downside, price breaking structure, change in state delivery, IFVG, and you trade the sells. So pretty much London high formed. We took out London highs and reversed after tapping into a high time frame level. Let's go ahead and look at the next daily profile. So this next daily profile I like to call the death profile because it pretty much signifies that we are going to bleed the entire day, and it is more pretty much certain with a bearish scenario. So pretty much what we want to see, like in a high probability manner of the New York reversal, we want to see Asia start with, considerable volume, but at the end consolidate. If Asia consolidates and London consolidates, staying in Asia's range, and fails to break that Asia high, and New York opens and fails to push higher, that means we're going to bleed literally all day. So when you see Asia's high gets put in, okay, New York tries to come up, tries to break Asia's high, it fails to do so, and then pushes lower. And then you can see New York open and try to push higher and just completely fail to do so. It can barely even move. So by the time we're ready to take our entry, price is going to absolutely bleed the whole rest of the day. So in the end, when you see Asia and London consolidate and you're bearish overall, then you can confidently say that's probably going to bleed all day, and you'll be able to catch an entry here, probably be able to catch an entry here, and probably an entry here. You can get quite a few entries during days like this. Now, one thing that can really help you out with daily profiles is identifying a high time frame power of 3. So as we can clearly see here, we're in a market maker buy model, and we start consolidating here. We consolidate all the way from Asia session and London, all the way once New York starts. Now we see New York open and immediately sweep out all those London and Asia session lows. When you see that, and then you see a reaction back to the upside, you can confidently take buys during that New York session. So pay attention to the higher time frame power of 3. Now, one more thing I want to emphasize is that what you will often see is Asia will accumulate, London will manipulate, and New York will continue off of that London reversal or distribute. So that's kind of how you tie power of 3 into all of this. So please study this, please back test this, and come back to the charts, and please apply this knowledge to our live trading sessions, and of course when you're trading individually. If you have any questions, please let me know.